Good morning. Merry Christmas. So it may be that by this time you think Christmas is already done. Totally reasonable. That's our culture for you. We hype the time before Christmas and we forget that Christmas is a season that lasts 12 days. And it's the 12 days after Christmas, not the 12 days before Christmas. If we think of Christmas as a day, Christmas Day. Oh well. It's just as well. Because the season before Christmas, in the church, Advent, in the rest of the world, Christmas, it's been given over to commercialism and holiday songs from the 50s. And, that's okay. Let them have it. It's not really Christmas. Christmas, as the church understands it, happens when Jesus is born. And the day that we recognize that as happening, whether or not historically it actually happened, is the 25th. There's reason to believe that it was not probably the 25th of December, because Christianity likes to steamroll over other cultures and absorb them. And one of the first cultures it absorbed was a cult to the undying sun. It was a Roman cult. And the birth date of the undying sun, Sol Invictus, that festival, December 25th. So it's a good day. It's an auspicious day. But my point here is that we have 12 full days to just revel in the joy, not just in the story of the baby in the manger and the star and the shepherds and the angels and Mary and Joseph as a young couple. Not just that. But this idea that Jesus brought, and Jesus was one of the very first who brought it, that said the most important thing you can do in this world is figure out how to love each other and then go do it. It's not about living by rules. It's not about trying to be a good person or a righteous person or a holy person. It's really not about being right in every argument or being holier than thou. It's figuring out what it means to love yourself and doing that better and better day by day. It's figuring out what it means to love the people around you and doing that better and better day by day. It's living a life where this is the most important thing that you do. It's more important than your job. Yeah, you still do your job because you got to get a paycheck. But it's more important than that. It's more important than the different responsibilities that weigh down on you. It's more important than doing the laundry. It's more important than paying the bills. You're still going to do laundry? Probably. You're still going to pay your bills? Probably. You're still going to do the dishes? Probably. You're still going to make food or produce it somehow? Probably. But this is more important. To figure out how to best love yourself and do it. And to figure out how to love everybody else in your orbit, whether you see them regularly or whether you only hear about them. To figure out how to love them better than the day before and then do it. This is the most important thing. And other religions touch on this issue, but it's not the most important thing. And in truth, in many different versions of Christianity found around the world, it's not the most important thing. Historically speaking, as we look back at the church, it hasn't been the most important thing. And yet Jesus says it. He says it clearly. He says it more than once. He says it in more than one situation. He says it in more than one gospel. Love your neighbor as yourself. By doing this, you love God. It's clear as day. And in Christmas time, even when we get it wrong, because friend, we're going to get it wrong. We're going to get it wrong. Even when we're bad at loving our neighbor, even when we're bad at loving ourselves, we get to revel in this idea that maybe it really is the most important thing. And what if it is the most important thing? What if learning how to love yourself is the most important thing you ever do in your entire life? And for 12 days a year, we don't have to be so good at it. We can just be happy that it's a gift we've been given. And that at the end of the day, when we perhaps have failed in many other ways, and when we have perhaps failed at loving our neighbors, and when we have perhaps failed at loving ourselves, we can give ourselves the gift of love and know that it gets better, that it's actually an achievable goal, and that God adores us. And God is thrilled that we are trying.